Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Head to Head. I'm Kyle Snow. That's Ryan Power. I almost said Chris Miller because I'm doing a lot of recording with Chris lately, but it's not Chris Miller. It's Ryan Power. And today, we're playing more Windjammers.
We got David over there, and we got Goliath over here. So, let's see what happens.
Clay.
The score is 39-7. Kyle's inching closer to 10. I'm trying to keep him under. I think we gotta see some Costa. Let's go back to Italy.
Yeah. So. I'm still curious more about the Street Fighter stuff we were talking about last time, because Street Fighter 2 was one of the games that we owned on a. Come on, man, it's Miyagi that's fucking racist. Oh, this music is jacked.
No, I just thought
Street Fighter 2 is one of the games that. I know, I'm just kidding.
Anyway, it was one of the games.
I mix them up all the time. Yeah, Street Fighter 2 is one of the games I owned on SNES before it went up in an electrical surge and we didn't have it. I used to play against my dad, but obviously, play against because I was a child and he was an adult. I think he let me win occasionally. Once or twice.
You need to let people get their feel for the game sometimes.
Well, and is your 3-year-old really gonna have a lot of fun with like?
Well, oh yeah, but I mean, even if you're introducing someone new to a game like that for the first time, if they just continuously lose and you just wreck them and your skill level's way higher than them, they'll never get better. So you'll never get better competition from them. Yeah.
I think that the giant bomb way of doing things is good. Where
let them get their feel for it by just messing around for a
little
bit.
They'll still beat you, but if it's like, oh, do you want to try out that move or whatever? Like, here,
yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but if you lose, you're not complaining. You're like, whatever.
Yeah.
Usually it's like, hey, I'll give you 4 or 5 matches to get your feet wet before we consider it a real match.
Yeah, I'm just kind of dicking around. Maybe I'll play one of my off characters. Maybe I'll try to do some moves that I wouldn't normally try.
And some people I feel like if you know fighting games, the rule is don't look at character select screens and don't look at moves. But if you don't, then I feel like it's totally fair to let people pause and get a quick look at their character's moves. Especially for NetherRealm games because they have the move list right there handy. But move lists have become pretty common on most games just with the pause button.
Well, it's also just house rules, right?
When we do the showcase, which will have already gone by the time this airs, I will let you. We'll both be able to look at move lists at the start.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, it's just
I totally
make for a better
recognize
product.
that, oh yeah.
Wait, what the fuck? Did the time run out?
Oh. Yeah, just as you were charging your ult. I love it.
Yeah, it wasn't close enough that would have made a difference if I was on time. Yeah, so Guile, Marine Bard, Lieutenant, blah blah blah.
Well, that's not really the start, right? The start is Ryu training in Japan.
Yeah, but once we get to other characters and then doing Street Fighter.
Then he shows up, then he visits Ken, and then he goes to America to hang out with Ken. Yeah. And the first few episodes are all about Ryu overreacting to the quantities and the food in America, you know what I mean? Look, everything's so big, and because Ken happens to be rich as well, right? And just doesn't care.
Yeah. Ken Masters.
And then they train, and but then they do the Gao stuff, and then they decide to go to China. But there's not really a main enemy in China, if I remember correctly, until later on. There's a whole subplot where Ryu's actually working as a stunt double with a movie star who's like a Bruce Lee stand-in. That's Fei Long.
Okay.
Is
Cammy in it?
I think she might be with Guile. I think she might be a soldier with Guile.
Yeah, everyone always puts them together, but those are not the same country.
Yeah, but I think because I think Cammy is, she's a double agent or something, or she's got the Black Widow thing going on. She works for secret agent government, tied in with Bison, trying to work undercover to find info, that type of stuff.
So she's with Bison, but she's not really with Bison.
Also a hitman, if I remember correctly, in this one.
Yeah, that's 40 for you, by the way. 40-7.
Got to number 40. 11 more to go. Yeah. I'm trying. Again, it's been a while, so I'm trying to remember. Vega tries to seduce Chun-Li. I remember that because Ken and Ryu that when they go to Spain, that's how they first meet Vega. It's at the Matadors, and he's all romantic, and you've seen Game of Thrones. The entire time? Usually, yeah. You've seen Game of Thrones, though, right? Where the flower or whatever, that one knight who brings the rose to the girl, that's the routine, He's like, I pick one woman out of the audience, and I cherish the whole thing.
This one's for you. Yeah.
Yeah, that type of thing. And of course, Chun-Li being 17 or whatever, 16, is just enamored.
Yeah.
Also, in this, Vega has blonde hair, not black hair, which it seems like that's... Sometimes he has blonde, sometimes he has black. There's been games
I've seen it both ways, yeah. He always has a long braid, though, right?
Yeah, usually.
To go with his mask and claw.
Like as the Matador, he just wears the mask and takes it off, and then obviously he doesn't use a claw as a Matador. He uses a sword.
No. Wait. They use weapons for Matador? I thought they just like did the cape thing and that was it.
No.
They also kill the bulls?
Originally, yes. You can. There are iterations of it now where they just do the cape thing, play with the bull, and then put the bull back in. But the original Matadors dueled the bull. That was what was happening.
Okay. That's dope. And the cape was like their way of making them charge? So
If
they
they
cape
beat
and a
the
sword?
bull, if they beat the bull, they would tame it, right? So that's what happens. Is the bull? Then the bull would obey, and then the bull obeys and kneels, and then the Matador stabs it right in the front of the brain, like respectfully through the front. And I say respectfully, not like it's barbaric, but you know what I mean, right? It's
but it was like
it's a showmanship, it's a
gentlemanship.
gentlemanship. It's like the mercy kill type of thing, right? Like that's the bull obviously has no idea what's about to happen, but that's the act, right? Is I've tamed you, I am your better. So now we end you. Places in Mexico and like there's still places that I believe do the full on, right? Because that's the thing, despite the fact that that stuff would 100% be illegal in like countries like ours and America, people still tend to respect other countries' rights to if that's what you're doing. That we can't come in and just say, well, we're going to invade you to make you stop this. But I believe that type of thing has become less and less practice over time because people have become, like audiences have been like, I'm not going to tolerate this, you're killing an animal. Like it's one thing to just best the bull in the combat, or in the contest, but
yeah, that's dope as fuck.
Then to stab it through
the brain.
brain.
You don't need to kill a bull every time. You don't need the sword.
But I believe in the anime, they do the full on.
Well, yeah, I mean it's anime. You can fucking do whatever you want in anime.
And it's Vega. He's meant to be like.
But he's a
and
villain
I remember
for a
like
reason.
Ryu, for example, like Ken is like a little more accustomed to because he's like American, so he sees that stuff. But even he was like, man, that's.
But
a
he also
weird.
probably is more
Ryu,
worldly. I'm assuming.
Yeah,
like,
he's a little more worldly. He's like traveled.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ken is a Richard Gere like. That's for sure. That's what they're going for.
Yeah.
Rich, turtlenecked up. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got the idea.
Yeah. I mean, he still wears the gi when he
Ryu's
fights,
farm
right?
boy. Ryu's farm boy. Who's like, animals are great. I live with them. They're basically family, right?
Fighting is my passion.
But he fights and trains on like trees.
Yeah. He's Goku.
Yeah, he's pretty. They basically go that route with it, that's fair. He's like a small town Japanese, humble, very light. But the one thing I like about the anime is the way they use their powers when they do use them. Like instead of just them going Hadouken like it's easy, they have to like really train it first.
Charge it up.
Yeah, like the first time especially. Like there's a time where near the end where Ken is like. This is like way after when the plot's gotten crazy. I won't say what happens, but Ken is like basically in capture, right?
Yes.
And he needs to do a Shoryuken to get out, and it's just like 10 minutes while other things are happening, and it slowly cuts to Ken, and he's just slowly charging. He just says Shoryu, and he just holds that, and then he finally does it and just uppercuts someone like right through the top of a fucking building, like through like the sunroof, and I'm just like, okay, show, that's some anime-ass anime right there for me.
Yeah, that's not unlike the Kamehameha. Because we say it fast, but when Goku does it, it's
Yeah, it was well earned. It was good.
Wait, so he's doing Shoryuken because he has to punch a guard, and the guy's just like standing there like,
I believe the end fight at some point is like Goku fighting, or sorry, Goku is
Jesus.
Is Ryu fighting? I'm gonna switch back up to Wessel. Ooh, is Ryu fighting Bison like in clouds somehow, in some other dimension?
Don't worry about it.
And well, no, because when they get all the powers, they all have different sources, right? And they lean like that's obviously in the lore. So the anime decided to really lean into that, right? They decided to Marvel Universe it before that was a thing, right? They were like, hey, let's just fuck. That's why that's always compared to that, in my opinion. It's leaning into your canon in a dumb way.
I don't know if other people make those comparisons, but we do all the time.
Yes.
I mean, we have that running joke, everything is anime, anime is everything.
Yes, anime does that all the time. But, like, they decided to be like, okay, well, he uses psycho powers, so he's got, like, the psycho dimension and all this other shit. So they were just like, and then Ryu ended up getting, like, Goku levels of, like, crazy powers, and it was a crazy fight in the clouds, and it was awesome. And it was very anime.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you dropped it. Fuck.
Oh.
Okay, well, you did.
Yeah, you should check it out though. It's not, I think it only has.
What's it called again? If I want to like
Street Fighter 2V.
Street Fighter 2V. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll give that a look.
And I believe there might be a movie after the fact. There's several Street Fighter canonical movies.
Yeah, sure.
There's
We
one
know,
that's like
dude.
There's one that Goku versus Akuma that's really good.
Ryu versus Akuma.
Or Ryu versus Akuma. I always say you made that one comparison, and now
I mean, it is a
I can't-
joke, as a throwaway joke, but apparently that was, hey man.
I mean, they give Goku a headband and it's done.
Goku wears a head.
No, a Goku.
Yeah, he wears a headband.
No, he doesn't. Does he?
Yes. Are you kidding?
Really? Does he wear like the bandana like Ryu does?
No, it's like a. It doesn't have like the tie
Oh, yeah,
off
he has like
in
the
back.
yoga headband. Like that's not the same thing. He has like the headband that your character has.
He
right
doesn't
now.
wear a headband. I was lying.
Yeah, right. He doesn't. Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah. Give him a
He wears a
headband. He's
gi.
basically Ryu. They
He
both
definitely wears a
gis,
gi,
yes.
but yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But that's just rad as fuck.
But you see, Ryu's a human male and Goku's an alien, so
Sort of.
he's a Saiyan.
And to be fair,
they're not
yeah.
people. You are
Well,
not a Saiyan.
No.
Super
I might
Saiyan
be.
Kyle.
Super Saiyan more semen?
That'll never get old for you.
No, dude, come on.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
No.
Ooh yeah.
Dig
There we
it.
go. Oh fuck. Okay, cool.
Take that one. There you go,
Next
sport.
time you'll get to my level.
That should be my insult to you all the time. Sporty.
Call me oh, I don't like that at all.
The stepdad insults.
Yeah.
That's not
You're
even
my
an
real
insult.
dad, Ryan.
There was that period where stepdads thought it'd be cool. He'll totally know I'm not his father, or he'll fit in if I just call him Sport. No,
Yeah.
that's not how it works.
Yeah. You're my real dad.
Like people who think that just if I'm polite enough that'll
Yeah.
be an emotional relationship. No, that just means we don't hate you, which is good. We're not hate you, but
Yeah. Yeah, I never had to go through that. I do
didn't
have
a stepdad, so
no.
wow, we got a tie here.
My parents are divorced, and they both have partners. Well, they're not married yet, but we were tied, Ryan. Oh, fucking 2 in a row for me.
What are you at? 8?
9.
I can't let you get any higher. It's push come to shove time.
Even
Shove come to push time. What am I at? 40?
Yeah,
I got 11. Oh,
40 to 9.
it's got to go back to. We'll do random. We'll leave the fates up to
Play.
it. I'm gonna go back to my boy Biagi. I believe he's Italy. Serving up that za. This is good
Pizza?
music.
Yeah, that's alright. I like Stadium the best.
3 points.
You know, I'll probably give that a watch though. I've always like enjoyed like the lore, that kind of stuff, even if I haven't paid like super close attention to
They're
it.
only 30-minute eps too, so it's easy to binge through.
Yeah, perfect. I've always Street Fighter over Mortal Kombat anyway.
I've always been the other way personally, but I
Yeah.
like both. But
But
I
it's
think
also
Mortal
like
Kombat has the
real
better-
easy nostalgia, right? Shocking, my parents did not buy Mortal Kombat for their 3-year-old
Yeah.
son. They
My,
did buy
my
Street
only
Fighter.
thing is that I think when it comes to the base level characters, like the first like 10 characters or whatever,
Yeah.
that Mortal Kombat has a more memorable cast.
Yeah.
Mostly because Mortal Kombat gets away with the fact that all the ninjas are cool. So,
Yeah.
like that's the thing, right? There's the equivalent to the ninjas in Street Fighter is Ryu and Ken, but there's a lot of Ryu and Ken likes who simply aren't cool, right? Like Guy,
Yeah.
I'm not a guy, or Dan, you know? I don't
Can
know
you
if know
remind
that.
me
Those
who
are-
the fuck those two are? Because I don't.
Yeah. So they go for the joke, right? Think of it like Dragon Ball Z. They're Yamcha
They're
and Krillin.
Okay, well, hang on. Krillin's actually like sort of cool. I've
That's
realized
kind of
this
the
as an
thing.
adult.
Guy is sort of usable. Dan is a joke character, I believe.
Yeah.
He's like sucks. He wears a gi, but he does like lesser versions of everything, and he's like that's the joke. So he's like your Yamcha.
Yeah.
Like,
'Cause-
and I feel like conversely, all the ninjas in Mortal Kombat are good, like in the game as well. Like,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
use, and they're all unique. Smoke can go invisible. Reptile and Smoke can go invisible. But
Yeah.
Smoke can teleport. Reptile spits acid. Scorpion
Yeah,
has the
okay.
spear. Sub-Zero freezes people. Sector and Cyrax shoot missiles and shit. Like there's just.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
Krillin's
know, I
thing
think
is he's
MK
kind of like Spider-Man in Homecoming, where like he is not qualified, but he is overperforming most of the time. He always
Okay,
hangs in
that's
there.
fair.
Because when I was a kid, it was like, "Oh, Krillin sucks," but it's like, yeah, but like,
Like,
You don't
I know,
realize
I guess-
certain
I guess
things when you're a
for-
kid.
And compared to Street Fighter, I think as much as I think there's a lot of good iconic characters in Street Fighter, I feel like there's also a lot more less memorable characters. I mean, the later Mortal Kombat games have some of that too. Don't get me wrong, especially when they added like 500 characters in one game, whatever it was.
I don't
like
think that Johnny Cage's daughter needs to be there.
Well, no, you're thinking of the wrong games. The newer games are all great in my opinion. Johnny Cage's daughter was only introduced in the last one, and she's a great character.
Oh, really? Oh, is she? Okay.
Yeah, she's one. All the new characters that they introduced in the new Mortal Kombat, for the most part, are actually pretty well liked.
Okay.
I'm talking about older games. There was one called Armageddon. It's where they reset the entire universe before they rebooted it.
Oh yeah, they made the entire thing like a
it.
dream, like during one or something. Yeah,
Well,
because didn't that game open with like everybody's like
the
corpses?
events of one, except retold because Raiden dies instead because this villain Armageddon shows up. It was the most comic book ass thing, and it was like whatever. But like there was a character named Mocap who was literally just a guy that was covered in mocap balls. Like that's a good joke, but you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
that's the
like
point where
that's
you've
a
gotten
skin.
into way too many character creeps.
That's a skin for somebody.
Whereas like when they rebooted it, it was like, oh right, all their iconic characters and their normal characters are all good. Like Johnny Cage, Jax, you know, you can just list them all, right? Whereas I feel like there's like members of the regular Street Fighter cast that I don't think are as good. Like Sagat's great. Like there's a lot of great characters in Street Fighter 2.
Oh fuck! The tie gives it to you because you were up on
41.
one already. Yeah.
I'm just trying to think now of who would I think is weak in Street Fighter. Like I don't know, like Dhalsim. I don't really buy him as like he's a good, like don't get me wrong, he's a good Zenyatta character, that type of thing. But like he's the Volvo, if you will, to me, like the Soul Calibur equivalency.
Volvo?
Like I don't necessarily think that makes him a memorable or good character. He's just interesting.
Yeah. Well, Dhalsim was stretchy. That was his thing. Pepper.
Bad timing, because we have a timer, so I can't do anything.
I mean, you can go ahead if you want to deal with it, Ryan. Don't worry about it.
It's just the mail, so.
Go for it.
She'll stop eventually.
Oh, you can go get her if you want to, man.
I mean, if you need me to.
No, it's fine. I mean, I'm doing a bit.
You're
right?
a bit.
I'm gonna cheat.
For a drill, oh, look at that skilled dash in, and then he just puts it right behind you, tucks it.
Ooh, look at that.
Nice shot.
Thank you.
Yeah, I give you credit when you get good shots.
Thank you.
You can't even fault that. I do every time.
Oh, you do.
I let you know when you have me.
Yeah.
And I let you know when it was my bad too.
Yep.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah, you're honest.
You're the David. I gotta let you know when you're creeping up in skill level. You have, in my opinion. There's been sets that's proven that.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. There's been some where I've legitimately bettered you.
Nice.
Thank you.
Dun.
Oh no! I thought that was gonna curve.
Oh man.
Yeah, I have no idea who died.
Good serves can sometimes be such a big part of the game. Because like long rallies can sometimes just go to whoever blinks first to a degree. Like, you know, not actually blinks, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like whoever makes the first flinch mistake or misread something slightly.
Yeah.
Whereas like great serves can just be like easy points when you need them.
Yep. Like this one.
You know that worked out for you.
Yep. Fuck! Ugh.
Clutch play. Nice play.
Thank you. Same.
There we go. There we go. Feeling it. Yeah. Toasty. Also, Mortal Kombat had Toasty. Street Fighter didn't. So
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
that alone. That's one of the best things. Mortal Kombat doesn't take itself as serious as Street Fighter as well. I think that's part of it. Like I feel like the one area that Street Fighter responded to Mortal Kombat in was the finishers, right? Because people forget that the original Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter didn't have finishing moves.
No, not at all.
Like they still
Did they get them
don't
later?
have like fatalities, huh?
They got finishes later?
Like they're not finishers, but like ultras, like like
Oh,
things that,
yeah.
that like Ryu just had the kick, the Hadoken,
And
and the
Fireball.
Shoryuken. That's it. Like there was no super version of that. In Mortal Kombat, all the characters had super like fatalities, right? That just were ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then later Mortal Kombat's added hyper ultras, and you know what I mean, where it's like Hadouken for like 1,000,000 minutes, or it's like the beam's super large. Like that's when and I feel like that was a reaction to Mortal Kombat. That's like, oh wait,
nice.
people want really cool ways to kill people to end a match, right?
Yeah.
But that's the difference, is that you can do that regardless in Mortal Kombat because it's just a button, like it's like a series of button presses and a fatality setup. Whereas in Street Fighter, it's still, you only get the really cool anime version of the ending if you use a hyper ultra or whatever their finisher combo thing is to end someone right at the end if their health bar is low enough.
To be fair, it does do like most of someone's health bar, doesn't it?
No, it does a lot, but it doesn't do all of it. Like
No,
you usually
most,
have to,
not all.
like usually what people do is they do very long string combos and then finish with an ultra.
That's optimal, right? Because usually the guy stuck in like
that's what you
death
see in
animation
fighting
or whatever.
tournaments. But those are usually the best places you see that, because obviously only highly skilled
Pros,
people can do that type of stuff often. Yeah, and I feel like that's kind of also a fundamental difference. Is like, whereas Mortal Kombat, hey, if all the casuals just want to buy the game to look at all the fatalities, go for it. It ain't hard.
Yeah. Oh no, that was a weird curve. I thought that was gonna bounce. It didn't even hit the wall.
It did bounce.
Oh, it didn't.
Just slightly though.
Okay.
The way it bounced, it curved. The curve barely hit the bounce, and it changed the curve just so to make it very
not
unusual.
Easy for me to track at all. Thank you. I'll love to pretend that was on purpose. It was not. Ooh. Oh, fuck me. Okay.
Oh wow. Super salvo.
Supersonic shoot, Ryan. Ah, fuck. Alright. Well.
The Bunin. 42.
42.
To 9.
That's
I gotta
correct.
keep you at 9. My personal goal. We're pretty close, but it's tight because I'd have to win. I'd have to win out to do it now.
Yes.
Revenge of the Nerds. Here we go. Have you ever seen that?
No. No, I have not.
Neither have I. People say it's like a picture or a touchstone or a cult thing, you know?
Yeah. Cult classic, I think is the term.
Let's go with Perfecto. Let's go with Spain. I gotta rate this now.
Spain, bitch.
Look at that smile though. He doesn't wear glasses, but he's got.
Yeah, but look at this as opposed to well, he wears glasses. He just doesn't have them on.
Also, he's got the bluest eyes, like ocean blue.
Yep.
Like there's no black in there at all. Like, man, did he dye his eyes blue? He's wearing
Yeah,
contacts.
that was what it was. It wasn't the. What the fuck was that throw? Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. That was cool. That was less cool.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. Feel to the rhythm. Oh wow.
Nice.
Get out of it. It's Dodge Ram.
Dodge Ram? You sounded like that guy who used to yell Bob Saget on the internet, you know, like 12 years ago. Oh, I was on that.
I just realized that her ring attire, her bikini matches the color of the discs.
Oh, really? Shit. It totally does.
So now her outfit makes even more sense.
Yeah.
I'd say that's official.
Yeah,
official. Like, that's
an
UFC
official
ring girl type outfit. Yeah.
That's an official bikini.
Yeah. She would be wearing what UFC ring girls wear now if this were a thing.
Yes.
Which is like boy shorts.
Yeah, but they still have bikini tops.
I feel like that's the tasteful way to do that, isn't it? I mean, obviously there's still places that show fights in smaller, more amateur venues, but when you're on TV, you're not allowed to get away with that. I think.
We're trying to sell sex, and it's like, well, it's also just
weird.
like
We live
before.
in a world where,
I think it was
America.
more,
It's like violence is easier to sell than sex in a lot of cases.
Oh yeah, but it's not just that. I think it's we've kind of gone away from that because you don't need that the same way you did back in the day. If you wanted to find like naked ladies, it was hard. Now it's like fucking. I have Google.
Yeah, usually
it
it's more for
3
authenticity
seconds.
now, like something like Thrones.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Even
like,
if
you're
it
telling
probably
a story
panders
with
a
that.
little bit to that demographic.
Oh, I mean, obviously, like that scene when Littlefinger is like going on his like giant rant about how Catelyn friend zoned him. there's literally just like lesbian cunnilingus happening in the background. And while that does illustrate a bit of a point, that like, this is two hot ladies, but Littlefinger does not give a fuck because he's really tied up on Catelyn.
To be fair, they play it both ways. There are definitely naked men in that show.
Oh,
as well.
yeah, of course. And they've
it's
had
not like they are
homosexual relationships in both regards.
But like,
obviously,
I agree that I feel like the amount of forced nudity scenes went down over the years, which is good to a degree.
Yeah, like, there are definitely moments where, like, it impacts things, right? Like, that scene I was specifically talking about shows Littlefinger, while he is obviously has an interest in these women, he cares way more about Cat Stark.
You're joking me right now with
Suck
the
dicks, Ryan!
Man.
10 points, baby!
10. Oh, he's distracting me with Littlefinger talk.
Yep.
Peter Dinklage.
That's not Peter Dinklage.
Apparently in Infinity War.
Yes, he is.
But I knew that from the wiki. I don't know who he plays.
It's kind of hilarious. I won't tell you, but you're gonna laugh.
All right, let's take it to the random.
Yeah.
All right. Ooh. Kyle will never change, so.
No, dude, it's working for me.
What do you mean it's working for you? I'm at 42, you're at 10.
I mean, you didn't want me to get to 10, so I've won this already. Every match after this is just gravy. I don't give a fuck what happens now. Because realistically, so the way that we've been doing these, right? I should get the next 2 games being games that I'm better at. And then I get to crush you. This is like we're playing in the NHL, and I've split, even if I lose this, I've split the away games. Splitting the away games is not a bad spot to be in.
I mean, maybe, but at the same time, I mean, well, you have gotten better over the time, so that's more what matters.
Whew.
Well, that was okay.
More knockback than I was expecting.
Yeah, that like
I would have
really
bought that on like another. Yeah, well, yeah. There's been some where like
I wasn't really at the net, so.
No, right. Like I would have expected that to knock in like maybe Japanese lady.
Debonin.
That was close. That was real close.
Yeah, see now this are green, the bikini's green.
Yeah. No, after you pointed it out, you're right.
I had a bad, that's just my bad.
No, that was an excellent play by me.
Yeah.
So was that.
They just bad baffles.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Apparently we don't know how to have a set anymore, back and forth. We're just gonna, there we go.
It's just aces. Aces the game.
Ace is wild. The ace of spades. No, that's ace of spades. Yeah.
Again, having to catch that in awkward places where I had to just bounce it off of the turnbuckle.
Feel it. Yeah.
Woo!
Nice. You did it the wrong way. There we go.
Oh fuck, okay. What the fuck was that? That went back onto my side like twice.
I'll take the win and go to 43. I need 8 more wins, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's correct, right? I'm at 43?
You are correct. 43 to 10. And that's going to do it for this one, Ryan.
Whew. 43 to 10.
Yeah.
I'm in the home stretch. I need 8 wins.
That you
I
are.
can smell them.
And next time, everyone, we'll draw ever closer to the conclusion. Probably the penultimate episode.
What was that spin you did? It like went back in your own
area.
Yeah,
right?
I had no idea what to expect there.
I'd love to pretend that was on purpose. I'm pretty sure it was going to be bouncing off of the turnbuckles.
I think you did a curve shot with an ultimate, and then it hit your perimeter and came back, and then came back again.
It kept hitting the thing, right? Like the thing in the middle.
Yeah, it must have hit the middle thing, but not flipped, right? Because I think
I don't think it can.
Angle, it flips in. Like you know, sometimes
not
it flips in the air and then fall on the other side, and then it's like a lob.
Yeah, but I don't think it does that for supers.
But that does it on ultimates too. You have to hit it at the right angle. Like you have to hit it at the bounceable angle, or it doesn't bounce.
Oh,
like
okay.
So you know you have to hit it in the middle between the 2 discs. If you hit it on the outside of them, you know how there's the flats on the outsides.
Yeah.
That's what causes it to lob over the net. So it doesn't matter what type of shot you're doing. If it hits it on those outsides, it'll lob. But if it hits it in the middle, then it creates a curve based on whatever type of shot you're doing. So I guess with your curved ultimate, that was a bounce back and forth, back and like it.
Yeah, it was rad as fuck either way. And
yeah.
Ooh, indeed.
Didn't know how to deal with that one, but I still won.
Yes,
42, 10.
43.
Oh, it's 43? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I gave up on my goal to keep you under 10, but
You did.
still
Well,
need
you
to go
have
for victory and not flub this.
Yes. See you guys next time.